He's using his nephew as a new shell for himself, and that's why he needs Hunter to be alive. I think Hunter will be too busy being possessed to do anything.
No, because they already established the thing with their eyes changing color, so he'll have two different color eyes because he'll have two personalities inside him, and he'll have to like strangle himself in a very dramatic ending that they're not going to be allowed to show on TV.
Yeah, that's how the Owl House is going to end.
In this video series, me and my friends, Tulip.
Hi, I'm Tulip. She, her pronouns, please. If you've got the time, you can check out my and my friends' videos at Tulip Garden Gaming.
Tipsy.
Hi, I'm Tipsy. I like cartoons, comics and games, and I sometimes blog about them on some tipsynostalgic.tumblr.com.
And Chan.
Hi, I'm Chan. I like to make music and watch cartoons.
We'll be watching through the Owl House series and sharing our thoughts on each episode immediately after watching them. These are podcast-style discussions, so there's little video editing going on here. So just sit back with a cup of apple blood and listen and enjoy. Check the description to see where you can follow all my friends, and subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to know when new podcast episodes are out. Thank you. All right, Owl House is back. How long was it? How long was that break? Like 8 months?
A million years.
10 years.
10 years? Yeah, Owl House is back after 10 years.
10 years. The reboot is great so far.
I think it was June or something when it was out last, which is forever ago. Season 2 release date. March 19th.
Oh my... What?
It was August. August 14th was the last one.
Wait, did you just tell us today's date?
Yeah.
I was like, March 19th, that's crazy.
It's been 8 months.
I was right. I don't even know how I knew that.
Even Steven Universe didn't have hiatuses of 8 fucking months.
I mean, like, during that time, like, were they still producing this season? Like, I think that's the situation, is that these episodes weren't even, like, finished until some point this year.
Well, yeah, that's like the point of hiatuses, usually, that they're making the episodes, right?
Okay, but they usually at least finish a season before they stop producing them.
Not with Disney Channel. Gravity Falls was gone for, like, a year.
Yeah, but Gravity Falls had like 4 movies or something in season 2.
Yeah, but it was season 1. It was season 1 that it had a huge break in.
Gravity Falls had a bunch of huge breaks, but the only one that was a year long was the one between seasons 1 and 2. I've done research on this for video series.
What about the episode, though?
Screw the episode. We want to talk about the Disney discourse now.
I think we should do everything in our power to not talk about that.
I mean, we could talk about that, but let's move on the episode.
I feel like a lot happened. Like,
yes.
My senses are overwhelmed.
That's something, though, like, that's something that I kind of find impressive about the show in a way, is that's what I was thinking most of the episode is, like, they have so many side characters now and stuff that they're giving stories, and it's like, everybody's so worried, like, oh, the show got canceled before it's gonna be finished, but I think they're doing a pretty good job at writing it so that it will end, and it's actually being paced in a way that makes it feel like a mini-series. So, like, you know, I could completely understand that they probably had more plans for other things to do or ways to make the story, like, longer and stuff, but I feel like what they're doing now is actually really nice and concise. It doesn't feel rushed.
You know how we're getting all of these scary characters showing up and all of these scary things? Usually when you have something like that and then you have to end the show, the way it's resolved tends to be like a huge disappointment because you can't have the villain be scary forever. They have to have their tipping point where they get too angry and irrational, or just become generally useless. So I hope we have lots of terrifying moments coming up with these villains now in the Emperor's Coven, rather than build up to like letdown. I want there to be some messed up stuff in these coming episodes. I really do.
I think this was a good start with the introduction of the plant head, Coven head.
Yeah, but I want to take it further. I want to take it as far as we can get before we can get to the end of the show, because that's what makes Adventure Time so good. The Lich is absolutely terrifying. Even though he gets wiped out, he still gets his scary moments before that point. So I want them to take advantage of what they've got going on here and terrify us before we get rid of the enemy. Mm-hmm. That would make me feel satisfied.
Are you so sure Luce won't just die?
I mean, I don't think she'll die. Have you ever seen a Disney protagonist die even for like half a second?
No.
Oh, Star died.
Oh yeah.
I don't really remember if we went in order in previous episodes. It's been a while. So I'm just gonna like stream of consciousness talk about.
That's
Yeah,
funny,
that's fine.
Shan. Pause that thought for a moment. I want you to stream of consciousness talk. But yesterday, in preparation for this, to remind myself about what happened, I listened back to all our season 2 podcast episodes, and on the one where you came back after being gone for a few episodes, you said that exact same thing. You're like, I don't remember if we go in order.
He's nothing if not consistent.
I'm a robot.
Well, we also had Robot Chain in one episode.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh, we did! We did!
What I was gonna say was, I very, very much like how they handled Luce and Amity in this episode. Like, it's just, like,
Yes.
weird, because it shouldn't be so surprising, but just Amity being, like, she saw her phone, and you're like, oh, here comes, like, the, like, drama, but then she's just like, I'm not gonna look at her phone. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god! She respects her privacy!
I'm so
Like,
happy she didn't look at it, but the thing is that, like, that possibility didn't even occur to me when we saw that she had left her phone behind, you know?
the possibility of her looking?
Or, no, the possibility of her not looking.
Oh.
Like, I just thought, yeah, this is a cartoon plot, I guess.
Well, that's why I was so happy. I was like, oh, this is, like, really, really good. And I will say, like, the Willow Amity moment was pretty cute. I liked that.
That was adorable.
Like, the thing is, like, if she had looked, I wouldn't have... Like, I don't think I would have really been disappointed, because, you know, that might be, like, a bad thing to do, to, like, find out someone's secrets behind their back, but also it's a cartoon plot that I would have expected to see, and that was all that was going through my head. And so when
That's
she,
why
like,
I was so happy. Like, if your friend or, you know, your significant other, like, left their phone, and there's, like, you don't just, like, take it and watch it. Like, that's just not what you do. So I'm like, oh, here we
Yeah,
go again with this.
exactly.
Like, oh my god. She didn't do it. I'm so proud.
I just love when cartoons subvert, like you look at an episode and you go, it's gonna be like every other version of this plot ever, and then it doesn't do it. I mean, I got really into She-Ra over the past year, and there was a lot of that in She-Ra when you'd start an episode and it would be like, they're gonna have like a party and she's gonna get overconfident and learn hubris or something. And then, no, everybody has been kidnapped and there is a bomb that's going to kill everyone.
that was about the last 8
yeah.
months, wasn't it? I don't think you'd watched She-Ra the last time we recorded for Owl House.
Yeah, I had not seen a single episode. Actually, I think I'd started She-Ra and I was like in the middle of the show or something, I don't know, when we were recording, or in the first season. But anyway, I've seen that now, so that's also going to be like, alongside Adventure Time, going to affect my opinions on everything. But I liked this episode because the whole Kikimora plot, I was like, I really hope Kikimora dies because I hate her. But but then, like, even though they did do the twist where she was like, haha, I don't care about your values, I was still evil, obviously. But then the Emperor's Coven showed up and we're like, oh, we know. we know what you're up to, and by the way, we would have killed you if you went along with Luz's plan. And I just love that it didn't just sit on the Kikimora betrays Luz, it went a step further and put the fear of God into Kikimora. I love that so
That's
much.
kind of something too, like, I don't remember too much of what has been happening because it's been a little while, but I'll definitely remember over time. But like, Hunter's kind of in that same position too, isn't he? Like, isn't the Emperor like really threatening him too? Like, it's really interesting that's the kind of direction they're taking.
I think, I don't quite remember with Hunter.
Right, so the Hunter thinks that he's not of any use to the Emperor. He wants to make himself useful so that he won't be discarded. He's absolutely terrified of being marked as useless. I think we all believe that the Emperor has some ulterior plan for Hunter that's not in his best interest anyway. But also, Kikimora thinks Hunter is a threat to her position.
Yes, that I remember.
So Kikimora wants to get rid of Hunter so that Kikimora won't become useless.
Yeah, I remember a couple of episodes ago, Eclipse Lake was the one where Kikimora was prominently featured, and she was very nervous about Hunter and about, like, how if she's not useful to Bellis, then, you know, he's going to kill her or something. And in that episode, I remember feeling that wasn't earned. You know, there was no reason, as far as we know, that she would feel that way. But this episode really pays that off. Like, she was right. They would just kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think in the previous one, it kind of like went from Kikimura being that cool secretary lady to being absolutely fucking insane, and it was a bit out of nowhere. But this one, in combination with that one, kind of makes it all make a bit more sense in hindsight, because we saw how disposable she is to the other Coven heads, so we now know why she would be intimidated by Hunter.
Kikimura herself isn't a Coven head, is she?
No.
No, she's some Emperor's Coven person, and obviously the Emperor is the head of the Emperor's Coven.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that kind of thing with her. I would not have expected her to become a character that got like a focus at all. You know, like even the Eclipse Lake episode, that like gave her more of a focus than I would have ever thought. Because I would have just expected her to be like a roadblock before the final boss sort of thing. Like, she'd only be in like the finale episodes as like a threat, sort of, but then easily be beaten. Not like someone who they develop and at this rate is probably going to end up like becoming a good guy and helping them fight against the Emperor at some point somehow.
Yeah,
do you think they're gonna do that? I was gonna say
no. I think she's gonna die.
I hope
she will probably die.
honestly.
She'll probably die, but it'll be because she betrays the Emperor in some way. Like, maybe she doesn't actually end up helping.
I mean,
No,
you're probably right.
Did you forget how evil she is? Did you forget what she did to Hunter in the previous episodes and what she was doing in this episode? She is absolutely that evil goon who is going to die being evil.
I hope you're right. I was like already like side-eyeing them like, oh, is she gonna be like, Luce really helped me, I still hate you, but this once I'll let you live, ha
The
ha.
thing
And
is,
it's like,
the way that this show is framing her as like a victim of the Emperor's like system here, I do feel like there's a good possibility for her to like turn good at some point.
yeah, she
Like
definitely
she
will.
definitely is. She definitely like has, you know, the personality and like hatred and ability to do a ton of evil stuff. Like if she was exactly the same, but she was actually, you know, Belos's right hand man and like was trusted by him, then like she would be a straight up villain, no question. But because she's so in danger of dying by his hand herself, the show is framing her like in a way where I think she might not remain evil the whole time.
I can see her dying like a Peter Pettigrew death, wherein she does all this evil shit to try and stay alive, and then at the very end gets a change of heart and then dies because of the change of heart.
I mean, not that
Like, you know how
not that this means much, but she's also in the theme song alongside Hunter and Lilith, which I feel like both of them are also like people who were like in the Coven and like I am evil, but then had a change of heart because some crazy stuff happened, and I'm like, that could be just a coincidence, but I mean, maybe
So
not.
I think what gets me thinking that especially is that in this episode, it's only at the end when she does the reveal that she is evil. During the rest of this episode, she is sad. So, like, it kind of made me forget what her character was even like. You know, because the episode starts off and you immediately see her crying and stuff.
No, I think she was sad. I think, like, all of that was perhaps real. Like, all of it was real up until they said that she was going to have a promotion, then she changed her mind. So that kind of paints her as the cowardly, selfish type who is, like she said at the end, oh yeah, my hometown can burn for all I care, but I think she was serious when she was upset about not being able to go home.
But that's why I think just, like, writing-wise, like, I think if she was going to stay a villain, they would have had a smaller moment at the start of this episode somewhere where she was being more villainous.
Yeah, like, you know, this episode was setting us up to like feel bad for her, and I don't think they would do that if, you know, we're supposed to celebrate her death later on, you know.
No, I mean, I like that idea. I like that sort of tragic, self-destructive, villain arsehole type, you know, where I like that too. She has like some aspects of potential good in her, and she's so scared and selfish that she always just does the villain thing, and then comes to meet like a tragic end because of it, like almost at her own hand because she kept on trying to do the villain thing. You know, like what's that guy in Indiana Jones who died because he couldn't leave the treasure behind? He just kept trying to get more and more. That kind of tragedy, you know what I mean? That guy wasn't exactly a supervillain either, but he was like he double-crossed everyone constantly.
Going back to
and died a selfish
what
death.
Shannon mentioned a minute ago about how she's in the theme song. That like shot in the theme song has from left to right, if I'm remembering correctly, Lilith and then Hunter and then Kikimora. And this could mean nothing, but I'm just thinking that Lilith, was working for the Emperor's Coven, but then she got out of it, like, in Season 1, and now she's good. Hunter is not yet, like, out of the Emperor's control, for sure, but, like, he could easily, because we've seen him, and he's, like, a nice guy, and he likes Luz, but he's still working for the Emperor. And then, on the far side is Kikimora, who might have some potential, but mostly is still just evil. So it's like a scale.
So like a scale.
My
Awesome.
prediction for her fate is spiteful sacrifice. And if I'm right, you have to give me a Hootie Award later, okay?
Okay. All right.
Just remember that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I would just like to say too. So who said it? Tulip said it, or like or Tipsy said it. Eventually, they want us to celebrate her death. Listen. If anybody in this show actually gets killed off, I will celebrate, just because that's very ballsy of them to do in a Disney Channel cartoon.
Oh yeah. I don't think they'd celebrate her death. I think her death would be like tragic, like really tragic. But like she also kind of made her.
You
own
were
death.
going to
That sort of
celebrate her death if she
situation, so I
died in
would,
this
like-
episode.
I wish she died in this episode, and then it was like I'd never have to see her again.
So
that would be a way to start off the second half of the season for sure.
It would. Everyone would be like, "Holy crap! The Owl House just killed off somebody."
talk about some other stuff in the episode. I really like that even Ida's using like glyphs from Luce, like the invisibility. It's really cute. I love that Luce and Amity have definitely like practiced and figured out really cool ways to do theirs together. Also, Rain, like, so Tara, that was her name, right? The scary grandma. Scary grandma. She's just like wiping their memory, right?
I hope that's the only thing she's doing. I didn't like the affectionate way that Tara was approaching Rain.
That's just, it's weird. Like, I'm like, okay, when did this start? And then did like Rain trust her? And then she's like, "You want some tea?" And then they're like, "Yeah."
No.
Like, I don't really get.
It's most likely that Rain was forced. Like, Rain was like completely a revolutionary, right? So they were probably forced to consume something.
Well, of
then
course.
Then after that, it was nothing they
My
could do.
question
go ahead.
is, Rain thinks that they don't remember anything for the past month because they've been sick. But I'm wondering if that's what they actually were like 1 month ago. Were they actually like, "I work for the Emperor and I can't see Ida ever"? Or were they actually like planning the revolutionary stuff at that point in time? Because if so, if nothing's been altered except for Rain's memories, then this is just normal Rain, but 1 month ago. Whereas if they've been altered, if their mind has been messed with in some kind of other way, I don't know. It's kind of unclear at this point, I think.
I think their mind has been messed with in some other way. I cannot see Rain as being anything other than a revolutionary who wants wild magic to be free. Though I did find it funny how like Rain was so nonplussed by Ida using runes. And also having like grey hair and everything. Like, Rain didn't bring up anything about that whatsoever. They were like, "Here's your sticker, I guess. Now go disappear." And so I don't know. I think Rain is just out of it in general. But it is unclear because they did seem to have a pretty good memory of Ida, almost like it was selective.
Yeah, and I know like it's obvious to us as viewers because like they're showing us, they're like, evil music in the background, scary plant put in tea, but for all we know, like, Rain was all stressed out and Tara was like, "You want some tea?" And Rain's like, "Honestly, yeah." And then the tea like hypnotized them, and it's like maybe not as obvious, like maybe they didn't like force tea down their throat or anything. It was just like
maybe Tara thinks the tea is normal and the tea is just like a drug.
Yeah, Tara used to be really nice until they put like a weird leaf in their tea, and then she went crazy. Yeah, I love her design, by the way. I love all of their designs.
Yeah.
So cool. Do you think she was at the table with all of them? Probably. Remember when they showed all the Coven heads?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, when they showed all the Coven heads, yeah, I think that was all of them.
Probably.
Another possibility, it was very selective. Like, it was just memory wiping, but the memories that were gone were very selective. So, like, you know, maybe Rain forgot stuff going years back, but like, specific stuff, and that's why they weren't surprised to see Ida. I don't know. And that's why they're just working for the Emperor.
Can I just say that Gus giving Amity a book so that she could learn Spanish for Luz was absolutely adorable.
That was like the sweet potato thing. Like, I'm gonna lose my mind. That was amazing. It's so cute. Also, Gus's voice is so much deeper even now. I'm like, oh my god. Puberty hit Gus hard.
Yeah, I think it's the same. It's been since which puberty happened.
That was still like the best joke in anything I've ever heard. Like, which puberty? What else? Oh yeah, Emperor Bellos is just like, here's my face.
Yes,
like,
that's something. Yeah. That's like the one thing I can't stop thinking about, because it's like, why wasn't this the reveal of his face? Why did we see him before now? Why didn't they use this?
I was thinking that because. In a dramatic irony sort of way, we know what his face looks like. That the illusion version of him was going to reveal like some other kind of face.
That's what I was expecting too. Like, it was going to be someone else, and then we're like, what the heck? But it was just him. So I'm like, okay.
But we don't know his real face. That's the thing. This isn't his real face. This is his tamed face. But when Emperor Belos is overwhelmed by wild magic, his real face shows itself. So that's where that's the lich face that Luz saw. That's the lich face that Luz saw, is his monster face, and we haven't seen that yet. So he's just showing everyone his front, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
it's a really good idea too, because he's like, I trust everyone enough now to show you my real face, but he's like not actually showing it. It's like it's a good little thing, I think.
Yeah.
Exactly, and he's showing everyone his scar that he got from wild magic, and he's doing this at the same time. He's doing this presentation about migrating to a land, the chosen few being able to migrate to a land where there is no wild magic. It's part of his propaganda. The idea that he was scared to show his face because of the wild magic. The truth is, he's scared to show his face because he doesn't know what it's going to look like under the mask at any given moment, because it's constantly shifting due to the curse.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
You told me.
I was thinking like he was hiding behind two layers of like having a fake shape-shifting face and then also the mask separately in addition to that. But yeah, I guess it does make more sense the way you described it.
We've probably talked about this before, but like, what do you think his end game is at this point? Like, I know like he kind of spelled it out for us a little bit in this episode.
Well, the thing is, the his propaganda was also interlaced with just literally what he wants. He wants to open the door to go to the human world because there's no wild magic there.
Can I talk about the Hunter theory?
What?
Yeah.
The Hunter theory. Remember the Hunter theory of Hunter being a homunculus?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's canon. But it was in a book. We saw it.
It's not a theory. It's just confirmed by the book. That's something.
Okay, well, it was that stupid book that like revealed this was presumably going to be a massive shocking plot twist in a few episodes that Hunter is a homunculus. Anyway, I think he's making a new body for himself, and he's going to take over Hunter's body and use that as his own, because his own body is too unstable. Yeah. So that is his end game. He's using his nephew as a new shell for himself, and that's why he needs Hunter to be alive. That's what his game was when we were looking at that a few episodes ago. He needs Hunter to be safe so that he can use his body.
And then Hunter is going to have to kill himself. Yes! Awesome!
Oh my god.
I think Hunter will be too busy being possessed to do anything.
No, because they already established the thing with their eyes changing color, so he'll have two different color eyes because he'll have two personalities inside him. and he'll have to like strangle himself in a very dramatic ending that they're not going to be allowed to show on TV.
Yeah, that's
I thought what you were saying is that like
end.
there can't be like two minds in one body or something, so they have to put Hunter's mind somewhere else, and then he's gonna have a robot body or something, and then he's gonna kill his regular body.
They'll put Hunter into Hootie's body, and then Hootie will be never seen again.
I'd rather die than be in Hootie's body. I'm gonna be
Speaking
honest.
of Hootie, that is one thing I wanted to say, is that they like cranked up Hootie's creepiness to 11 in this episode, which is good.
They've like done that like this whole season. I feel like they're like really going for it.
What did they
like,
do with Hootie in this episode? Like he like walked around.
He took off his skeleton. I mean, he took off his skin. What do you mean? That was him in the beginning.
Oh, that was him?
Yes!
Oh.
His skin was, like, up on, like, a clothesline.
Okay, I didn't get that.
Oh my god, we need to get that like in screenshots in chat now ASAP.
I remember the thing, this like skeleton. I didn't realize that was Hootie though.
That wasn't as bad as the... When he went into the birdhouse in the King episode and, like, his organs. Oh my god, I was like, are you serious?
I know.
Yeah, but back to...
He had a flesh watch in this episode too.
Yeah,
like a watch that was all his
A
veins.
fresh watch. He's just so cursed. He's so cursed. You can tell he's a demon now.
Back to Bellows, like, I'm still, like, really curious about, like, exactly why he wants to be in the human realm other than, like, no wild magic. Like, he's gonna be like, now that I'm here, I'm running for mayor. And that's, like, his big, like, thing. He's just gonna run for town mayor, make town a better place.
Well,
like,
also probably, you know, probably he's from the human realm originally, and so he wants to get back there. But
if he wanted to get
theory
back,
we're
he could just
talking
go
about.
back right now, right?
No,
Like,
he doesn't. The door's like not fixed yet.
I thought they were, like... Oh, did they, like, show a progress shot of it or something? I thought, like, he had access to it, but he's, like, not using it yet.
No, the last we heard about the door plot was also from Eclipse Lake, when Hunter got the key from Amity, but Amity, like, crushed it in her hand, so she got the blood from it. So there's still some blood in it, but probably not enough to make the door work, because it was like half. It was like they both got half of the blood that was in the key, and Luz used that, but it brought her to the mirror dimension instead of like the actual human realm. So
It's just
presumably
weird,
the same
like-
thing would happen if the Emperor tried to use it.
What we've seen so far doesn't make me think, like, oh, he just wants to get back. Like, I feel like he would have, like,
He wants
I
to
don't
get
know.
back and like take over the world because he'll have magic, an army of people who can use magic from their heart sacks, not wild magic, and the human realm has no defense against that, and he can take over the world.
Yeah, I guess so. I suppose that's true. For some reason, it just haven't given me the impression that he's trying very hard to get back there. Like, as weird as that is to say, like, none of his plans to me sound like he's like, go find the key or go do this. He's just like, I don't know.
I mean,
Well,
it does kind of
does
seem
anyone
like he's taking a leisurely path there.
Yeah, like,
but,
what is...
but in
what
the
else
moments
is...
where it matters, like in the season 1 finale, he was really fighting, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I think he's, like you were saying, Tulip, like he's incentivizing taking it over. It's not like he needs to go back because he misses anybody. Like, I mean, we still don't fully know the story of like whatever those journals were and stuff. Like, it's been a long time. He's not going to go back for anything. He just wants to go back to destroy it.
Yeah, like, maybe the leisurely pace is because he's, like, raising an army or something. Like, he needs to get to a certain point where he can actually be like, alright, now we can go and mess stuff up, essentially.
Okay, new theory. The human who was in the Boiling Isles, I don't remember his name. The guy who wrote the book.
Yes.
Do any of you remember his name?
Wasn't it Phil or something? Philip?
Yeah,
or something?
Philip. I think it was Philip. Philip is not the Emperor, but he's the Emperor's dad. And so the Emperor grew up hearing stories about, like, the human realm, and he thinks, wow, that sounds really cool. I'm going to make it my life's mission to go there and take it over. And then that's what he's doing.
You think he's going to go there and it sucks? He's going to hate it.
Yeah.
Well, there was, in the previous episode, too, there was, like, a statue of him, or of Philip, or something. I don't remember exactly what that was.
There was a statue of two brothers, and one of
Yeah,
them had
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
cardinal on his shoulder, which is like Hunter's talisman.
Right. So they're doing that. Yeah, so they're doing the Gravity Falls. We probably talked about that already. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
My theory is that he's going to go to the human world, and then they're going to fight back against him with magical nukes, and then this is a prequel to Adventure Time.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah. Everything is a prequel to Adventure Time in the end.
Overall, though, like, I feel like a lot happened really fast in this episode, but I don't have, like, decent amount of times I've been, like, overwhelmed by pacing, but I thought this was pretty well paced. Like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's a fun setting, too.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a cool little episode.
They just have too much power now that Hootie is mobile.
Yes. They can do anything.
Yeah.
What was this episode called?
Follies at the Coven Day Parade.
Yeah, that's fair.
There were some follies, I think, yeah. There was a parade
Also,
or two.
Shenanigans.
Tulip question that only you would know. Doesn't Little Witch Academia have like a magic parade or something in the movie or something?
Yeah, that's the second pilot episode, which is like an hour-long movie sort of thing.
That's what this made me think of.
I mean,
and even though I haven't watched that in like 5 years.
I'm happy to be back, though. I guess it really
me
has
too.
been 8
Oh
months,
yeah,
huh?
me too. I'm back in it. I'm ready.
Yeah,
for
me
whatever's
too. I'm
coming.
excited, and it was nice to.
The one thing that I was expecting from this episode that I did not get was a moment of really fluid animation. So hopefully they are saving their budget for like finale episodes of that, because there was a lot of action here, and there was really good framing and stuff, but there wasn't one of those like, oh yeah, that's going to be a GIF that I see everywhere type of moments.
Yeah, Amity and Luz's fight against Kikimura was a good fight. As in, like, it was cool having them working together as well as they did. They added a lot of synergy in that fight. But there was no scenes in this episode that were like, oh wow, there was such fluid animation, you know, like you get from other Owl House fights.
I think they're saving it. I loved how they were framing Kikimura towards the end of that fight, though, like where she was standing in front of them with the dragon, and the dragon opened its mouth, and you see all the teeth. And I also really like that they keep giving Rain the anime glasses thing, where they're shined over.
Do you think that dragon eats through its mouth? Because when it opened its mouth to show off its teeth, it seemed like cause it's like a hand, because it's like all fingers. It didn't look like there was a throat hole for anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Did we see it eat the last time it showed up?
Not that I remember.
Yeah.
We forgot to talk about the like never mind Emperor Bellos or Kikimura being evil or sacrificed. Like Amity made a skateboard.
Yeah.
True.
What?
Rad.
There's just skateboard out of like abomination goo, I guess.
There's probably a skateboard arc in that book series they're reading. Like, you know, there was probably like a 90s book that they had to incorporate skateboards for no reason.
90s promotional change mandated by the producer of that series, saying you have to edit them onto skateboards.
Well, also in this episode, everyone, like, all the major characters, like, know what's going on with each other, because like at the very end of the last episode, after Luz saw her mom, she like lied to King and Ida, saying, oh yeah, my mom can't wait to meet you. But in this one, she told them the truth, presumably off screen, because they were saying like, and I'm sure she won't make you stay there forever. So like, I guess they know that. And also in the last episode with Rain, I think like Luz wasn't involved with that like at all. So I think she didn't know about it until King read Ida's diary in this episode. So it's good. I'm glad everyone knows everything they need to.
She said that she got some people to spy on her ex, so that kind of confirms that Rain is Ida's ex.
Yeah, we knew that already too from the dream episode.
We knew that, but it wasn't like textually confirmed, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they.
I think it was. I think in the dream episode.
I don't remember them explicitly saying it, to be honest.
Yeah.
They never explicitly said they were dating, or that they had any romantic inclinations to each other, or that they were exes. It was all non-verbal.
It was just very obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just very obvious, but it wasn't like verbally confirmed.
Since we saw that like flashback, does that mean us, the viewers, read Ida's diary?
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
Rain,
we read Ida's diary.
In flashback, Rain said, "I'm breaking up with you" or something like that. I could be wrong.
That was in Ida's dream, wasn't it?
I don't remember enough. You could be totally right. I'm a fool.
They said, "I can't do this anymore." I think.
I don't remember.
Either way,
Ida was like ripping themselves
now it's
apart
definitely
and
confirmed.
not being honest. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's lovely. Good pairing. Really sad. Wish the best for them in the future.
But what will you rate the episode?
Yes.
That's the question, isn't it?
That's the question. I need to find our document for that. Where is it?
Tulip goes first.
It was good. I liked this one. So, 8? Does that sound right? 8 out of 10?
Does it sound right? It's your rating.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I choose 7.5. I did enjoy it. It didn't like blow my mind, but like it was good. I enjoyed it. So that's my rating.
Yeah, I think I'm with Chan on that.
I choose a 7 because it didn't blow me away in any particular way. It was serviceable, but I'm not. Not so much that the entire episode scores a 7 for me, but that some parts of it score an 8 or a 9, and some parts of it are like a 5 or a 6. So it evens out to a 7 for me.
Yeah.
No, I stand by 8.
Cool.
I think I like Kikimora in this episode a lot more than I liked her in the last episode she was in. It was cool to see the new Plant Coven head, Terra, be intimidating. There's a plot happening. Yeah, I liked it. 8.
Yeah. Cool.
It's good to be back, you guys.
And I mean, the best part of this show, it seems like we are going to have a consistent 10 weeks of episodes coming up. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Do you know how many episodes there are?
I don't know what they're saying now, but when they first like showed the episode titles, it was missing the last 3, but now we know the last 3, so I think they will all be airing like up until May.
Yeah, I think
better not do
I think the first season also did air, the first 10 episodes and then a hiatus and then the last 10 episodes and then a hiatus and then the first 10 episodes of season 2. There's no reason they wouldn't just finish it off here. I'm very curious about how after season 2, the season 3 like specials that are going to be like 40 minutes long. I wonder what the air schedule of that's going to be like.
HBO Max.
Yeah.
It's going to be terrible. It's going to be absolutely terrible. You remember Reed Mageddon and how it took like an entire year for those 3 episodes to come out?
Did it?
It's gonna be worse than that. It took a long time for Reed Mageddon to come out. It's gonna be even worse than that for the Owl House.
Okay.
3.
Well, there's one last thing we have to do before we can sign off the podcast.
Oh yeah.
What?
Chan.
Robot Chan?
Chan, you have to say a haiku.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's easy. Pootie is mobile. I am so terrified. No, dang it. Okay, hold on, I can do it. Pootie is mobile. He is so terrifying. The plot was good, though. Okay, I'm kidding.
I love your last line is always like so underwhelming and disappointed.
Okay.
If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please hit the like button so more viewers like you can find this video. Please consider subscribing to my channel with notifications on to see my future content, and follow me on other sites like TikTok and Twitter for special exclusives. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned for more.